one of the most amazing women I've met. Because when I met her, I was like, oh, I love your NTP. I have to beat you. I have to get to know you. So if you will welcome with me Karen, he's going to be sharing amazing about how we can feel break in our bodies.
My name is Karen Sturgeon, and I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner, NTP for short. A lot of people don't know what a nutritional therapy practitioner is. They think, oh, she's a nutritionist or a dietitian, and those are very noble, wonderful practices as well. But there's a little bit of difference between what a nutritional therapy practitioner does. What we do, there's no one-size-fits-all for nutrition. Everybody's chemistry, everybody's age, everybody's background, everything is totally different. So I'm going to respond very differently to nutrition and the food that I put into my body, the chemicals that are in the environment, than a piano will. Everybody responds differently. So no one-size-fits-all, but what we do is we take it, and rather than give a meal plan, here's your meal plan, so let's track your macros, make sure that you're balanced. We take it one step further. What are your symptoms? What is your family history? What are your medications? What are your symptoms really? How are you feeling? And we ask, why are you on that medication? Why are you feeling sleepy at 2:30 in the afternoon? Why do you have no energy when you go to the gym? Why can't you sleep? Is anybody sleeping? No. Anybody? Why are you not sleeping? So it doesn't play extra. Then get off of the couch. We just take it one step further, and we try to find out and do a deep analysis of the root cause of why these conditions are manifesting. And we do a food first lifestyle change, a holistic, the whole person analysis. I have a nutritionalist. It's called a NAC, Nutritional Analysis Questionnaire. It's got 300 questions on it.
Wow.
So anybody in this room who's interested in that, it's free for anybody who's here today. So, but nutritional therapy is a little bit deeper than a meal plan. We'll put it that way. That's quite simple. So what we're going to talk about today, I'm also, besides being a nutritional therapy practitioner, I'm also a licensed Restart instructor. Restart is a holistic nutritional program. It lasts for 5 weeks, and right in the middle there, for the 3 weeks of the 21 days, we do a sugar detox. We get off the sugar. Now, remember I said before, there's no one size fits all, but there's one thing that does fit all, is that we all need to reduce our refined sugar and carbohydrate load. And that are toxic burdens that we get from just living in this environment, from stress, from the chemicals in our air, from the chemicals in our food, primarily. It's a very toxic situation that we have right now in our food system, and it's making people sick. It's making people very sick. So we're not going to talk about all the sicknesses today, because this is a fun and uplifting conversation. So anyway, I didn't know that I was going to have this beautiful screen today, so I made sure that I made a printout of everything for everybody. So what this is called, it's called the Sugar Skip. We're going to unlock the benefits of your sugar detox. So everybody should have like a handout. You should also make sure you have a list of the names of all the different kinds of sugar. Take this to the grocery stores with you ladies, memorize it, take it and make sure that you know the different kinds of sugars in the food that you're buying. And at the end, we're going to play a little bit of sugar bingo. So
Bingo.
so everybody should have a sugar bingo card and your little tokens to put on. Oh, this is you have a token to put on the bingo. And then we're gonna have a prize if you win the bingo. Because this is all about sugar, right? And he talks about sugar. If you win the bingo, you get a glucose monitor. It's not yet, so it's very important to know what your blood is doing with this regards to sugar. So this is the prize. I got a few strips in there as well. And so here we go. So why is blood sugar regulation so important? Because it affects pretty much every aspect of the human physiology. And that's why it's so important. Your energy production and your fat lives, the tissue, unlock your tissues and your organs and your blood vessels, dependent on blood sugar regulation, your hormonal balance, your hormones and your digestion, your hormones from your stress, and all of your sexual function levels as well are affected by blood sugar regulation. Not only is brain health, your mood, your memory, cognition, all of it is affected by your blood sugar regulation. So that's pretty much sort of like all of that, right? So if blood sugar regulation is not effectively working, overall health cannot be achieved. It's number one. Yes. All right, you got it. So the next page, in case anybody wonders, everybody's always asking me, is it normal? Is it normal? Is it normal? All the numbers when you go to your doctor, right? So I just wanted to go in there and just cut it on here. Page 2, fasting glucose levels gives you here. What is normal? 80 to 100. Pre-diabetic, 101 to 125. Diabetic, if it's over 126 plus, you're probably in the diabetic brain. What is the fasting? Fasting glucose is when you go and get your like in the morning, we would go and you get your blood work done, and they say fast, and you haven't eaten since dinner the night before, right? That means that it is the number of that one particular blood. Right. Okay, so it's that one particular blood work. That's why having a glucose monitor is important, because you want to test it during the day too. You don't want to know what it is just first thing in the morning on that one particular day, once a year. When you go to your doctor, if you can test it during the day, then you know when certain foods are affecting your blood sugars, and then you know, well, I ate a banana. My blood sugars are 136. Maybe I shouldn't eat a banana too, But I'll teach you how to eat a banana and have it not have one such a and then go spike. But now we have these things. I'll teach you.
You don't eat it all at once, start it down like
McDonald's. Your carbs. That's the way you do it.
Oh, you mix it with other things.
You mix it with the protein, or you mix it with the fat. And all you're gonna do is just put a little nut butter on that banana, right? And swirl it with a little bit of chocolate. I'll teach you how to do that too.
Oh.
And now you've got a banana, and it doesn't give your blood sugar as much. Now remember, everybody's going to be different. Okay, that's the way it works. Okay, but there's really cool other devices too that are so new and so exciting. You can have a continuous glucose monitor. Yeah, you can have it on your body at all times. And it will test at all times during the day. It's on your phone. You get a little obsessive about it. Because I'm a little stressed right now. And stress, sleep, and movement. If you do a really high cardio and heavy lifting workout, your cortisol is going to be involved and your blood sugar is going to rise. Okay, it'll come back down. But just know, if you're stressed and working out really heavy, it's kind of stressful, right? I'm looking at my ladies over here. Your blood sugar's on the spike.
Don't you haven't eaten anything. Even cortisol raises your blood sugar.
It does. And absolutely does. Surprise, not sleeping at night raises your blood sugar as well. I know if you're bad sleeping, and what's great about continuous glucose monitor is that you can actually go back and see what your glucose was at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Then it could be going like this, and it's like, wait a minute, I wasn't eating anything. It's just, your glucose is involved in kind of all aspects of physiology. If you're not sleeping well, it's going to, make your blood sugar go up and down. So you want to be resting. You want to be balanced. You want to decrease your stress. You want to, of course, watch your sugar. I think that kind of goes without saying, right? Doesn't everybody know by now that they shouldn't be eating a lot of refined processed sugar?
Yeah.
But how hard is that to do? How hard is that to do? They put sugar in everything. I was just telling, who was that telling? About I went on vacation this season. I was trapped on an island in South Carolina, on the South Carolina beach, and there was like one little food lion grocery store. And I was going to stay healthy. I was going to make food. We had a condo. We had a kitchen. So I sent I had my recipe. I'm going to make curry chicken. So I sent my husband to the food lion to get some chicken broth. And don't you know he brought back chicken broth? And number 2 ingredients in that was sugar.
Yes.
Why is there sugar in chicken broth? Because as soon as I got home, I got my good chicken broth and I looked at it, no sugar in that, right? But then, so I was kind of stuck. I had my recipe. I had to eat a little bit of sugar in my chicken. They couldn't eat everything. That's why this list is so important, because I want you to start memorizing everything that they have tricked everybody into thinking it's not sugar. It is sugar. And this is why you want to memorize this, take it to your grocery stores, and make sure that you're just informed. You can make the choice. Nobody's going to stop you. But at least you can make the choice. Anyway, so on the next page, we're going to talk about the impact of the stress that's on your body. This is like got the feeling for it, but also I'm going for it real fast. But short term, you're going to have energy crashes, mood swings, and irritability. Sugar spikes your insulin levels. I could do a whole presentation on insulin as well. That also leads to fatigue and hunger. So long term, if you don't get on top of that, it increases your risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and fatty liver. This also contributes to weight gain, insulin resistance. So, I don't know. Does anybody really like to take a picture of a fatty liver? Yeah. While you're eating, okay? So enjoy that. Yeah. The time. I just winner. But you gotta do your bingo. No, I gotta do the bingo, so I gotta hurry up. Alright, so let's do the signs that you're going to need a sugar detox. You're going to have constant cravings and sweets for sweet snacks, and you're going to have unexpected weight gain. You're going to have fatigue and your lack of energy, joint pain, skin problems like acne and dullness. You're going to have difficulty with focusing and brain fog. That's my thing. Some digestive issues like bloating, gas, diarrhea, and abdominal. And you're going to have poor sleep. So these are the signs that you might need a sugar detox. So just for the sake of time, I'm going to kind of end there. That's mine. Like I said, I need a sugar detox, obviously. And that's called the Restart Program. It's a 5-week sugar program, like I said. And if anybody's interested in doing that, just all my information is here and there. I have brochures, the cards, whatever. So you know how to get a.
Can we somehow force our husbands to do your sugar detox?
Yes! Listen to us. Like couples do it, and that's...
You need a men's group.
I should have a men's group.
Couples?
Yes. Couples.
Couples. No, they would never sign up. They would never sign up.
One of the things why kids are successful with their sugar detox, and it's in the brochure, or my thing, is that you need to have a support system. It's very difficult getting on sugar. It's like alcohol for some people. You are addicted to sugar, and because it's in everything. So don't beat yourself up. It's really not your fault. It's really not your fault. I'm here to tell you it is not your fault. But now that we've been educated, right? Now that we know, it's not your fault, but now it's your responsibility to take action or not. And then just know that there are some very clean health ramifications of affects being addicted to sugar. So anyway, everybody's got their list, right? Of sugar. I'm not going to go through that little list. We'll be here for another hour. And so I just take a look at that and can we get myself organized here. Everybody's got their cards? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. And look at your cards. Everybody should have some tokens. Right? And some of these names you may not even recognize. I don't. When you start looking at your labels, which is a part of my Restart program too, we do a whole lot, but we read labels. And don't put anything into your body unless you recognize what it is. If you have another rule that we have is 5 ingredients. It's called 5 and 5. Don't buy anything more than 5 ingredients and 5 total sugars. Look at the lid, it's like that, 5 grams sugar, total sugars. There's a total sugar, not carbohydrates. That's a whole other thing. Total sugar. If you have less than 5 total sugars in anything that you buy, plus, and not have any more than 5 ingredients. When I teach you how to take the 5 ingredients, like for all the spices that they list, that's like 1 ingredient. Water, I don't really count. Salt, I don't count as the spices. So you don't have to but if you don't recognize a name on there, it's probably a chemical. And if it's a chemical, you don't want that in your body. And if you live by that and you're very strict with yourself about that, you'll that's right. Felt that. And I make that promise to you. You'll do much better detoxing if you also detox going from the how's it chemicals. All right, is everybody ready for some bingo? Yeah.